The background process can be daunting. So I went through some of our old videos and pulled out some questions that we get quite frequently from you folks asking about the background process. The first question is often surrounding the timeline. It's been X amount of days since I did XYZ and I haven't heard back. Into this, I just say the process will take the wind out of your sails. It will humble you. It will make you feel like you are being ghosted and left on red at the same time. And my suggestion is when you're feeling like this, to just be patient. As an industry, we are not good at letting our applicants know we want them. And if you are an agency watching this video, we need to do better. And if you're an applicant, understand that we can't change the industry overnight. And I'm sorry if you're feeling like you don't know what's going on in your process. But I promise you, the process is moving along. It just takes time. The second question we get often in regards to people's history, their dirty laundry, if you will. My background's not the prettiest, dot, dot, dot. And to that we say, hey, no one is perfect. We all have made mistakes. And the backgrounders expect that. They expect to find some oopsies in your past. What they want from you is not to not have any mistakes in your personal history. Rather, just be willing to own it and say you made that mistake and you haven't done it again. One thing I like to remind people is whatever you're worried about, your backgrounder has heard it, seen it, they've already investigated something similar, and we all have a history. So keep that in mind too. My mistakes aren't special. Someone else has made the same mistakes that I have. And we moved forward. This question does come up quite a bit, and it's in regards to what about if I have sealed juvenile records or an expunged record? And my answer to this is, what does the question on the PHS say? Typically, it mentions sealed records or expunged records, one way or the other. In the criminal section, it'll say something like, in your criminal history, make sure to include sealed juvenile records, or do not include expunged records. So when it comes to sealed or expunged records, refer to the questions in the PHS statement. What do they tell you to do with that information? When in doubt, ask your department, because the internet doesn't know all the answers. That includes me. I don't know all the answers, but I do know in regards to this, they usually do have some direction on your personal history statement if you need to include those things or not. So always refer to the personal history statement and or the department if you have questions about sealed or expunged records. Another question we get is in regards to being diagnosed with depression, anxiety, ADHD, and if this is a disqualifier. And my answer is I have never been asked about any type of diagnosis like this or others throughout any background process that I've ever been a part of. At least in my experience, it hasn't come up as a question throughout the process. And my personal opinion is it shouldn't disqualify you. So take that with a grain of salt, you know? And last but certainly not least, what if there are some things that I genuinely just don't remember, that I have forgotten, that was so long ago I don't even think about it? The answer is yeah. You will not remember something. You will forget something. No one expects you to know and remember every little detail for the last 10 years of your life. But if the thing that you forget is when you were arrested 10 years ago, that's going to be a red flag. So little things that just slip your mind and don't come up, hey, it is what it is. It's 10 years. What they're expecting is for you to answer and fill out this PHS to the best of your ability. And if you can show that you filled out the information to the best of your ability, you're going to be just fine. So those are just a few questions that we know come up quite frequently in regards to the background investigation. If there are other questions you have, feel free to leave it in the comments. We'll do our best to give you an answer. Make sure to check out theraspydispatcher.com for all of our resources. And if you found any of this information to be helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, good luck in the rest of your process. Until next time, stay raspy.